caught my fiancé in bed with my best friend. It started with a tray of burnt muffins. I'd been out of town for 3 days for a work conference, but I cut the trip short. Missing Jake had gnawed at me even though we'd FaceTimed every night. That's what you do when you're 6 months out from your wedding, right? You cling to every I love you like a promise. I texted him I'd be home early, but when he didn't reply, I assumed he was napping. He'd been working late all week, or so he'd said. My key turned in the lock, and I dragged my suitcase into our apartment, grinning at the thought of surprising him. The air smelled like vanilla. Weird. I never bake with vanilla. Then I heard it, laughter from down the hall. Soft, breathy, familiar. My stomach clenched before my brain caught up. I dropped my bag and walked toward our bedroom, each step muffled by the new rug we'd picked out together. The door was cracked. Coldplay played softly on the speaker. Our song. The one Jake slow danced with me to at his cousin's wedding. I pushed the door open. They froze. Jake's head snapped toward me, his face bleached white. Emma, my Emma, who'd been my roommate in college, who'd held my hair back after my first tequila shot, who'd cried when I showed her my engagement ring, stiffened beside him. The sheets were tangled around their legs. Her necklace, the silver heart I'd bought her for her birthday, glinted in the sunlight. I don't remember screaming. I don't remember backing into the hallway, but I do remember Jake's voice, trembling and high-pitched. "Babe, wait, it's not what you think." Really? Because it looked exactly like what I thought. The red flag started months ago. Jake had become distant, claiming work stress. He'd stopped texting me good morning emojis. Forgot the fancy chocolate I love when he grocery shopped. I chalked it up to cold feet. When Emma canceled our last 2 coffee dates, she blamed her burnout. Doctor's orders, she'd said, but her eyes skittered away. I should have known when I caught Jake's shirt reeking of her plum-scented perfume. He swore he'd hugged her at a party. "You know how emotional she gets," he'd laughed. Stupid. I was so stupid. I drove to Mia's apartment, shaking so hard I nearly swerved into traffic. She answered the door in pajamas, took one look at my face, and pulled me into a hug. I didn't cry. Not yet. My hands just vibrated, like my bones were screaming. Mia fed me chamomile tea and let me rant. How could they? I kept repeating. The wedding invitations came in yesterday. She was supposed to be my maid of honor. Jake blew up my phone. Calls, texts, voicemails swinging between frantic apologies and gaslighting. "It didn't mean anything. You've been so distant lately." Emma sent a single message. "I'm so sorry. Let me explain." I blocked them both. The worst part? Even now, a sliver of me wants to believe him, to pretend I hallucinated it. Because if Jake, the man who proposed on a beach at sunset, who cried during up, could do this, what does that say about me? Last night, I dug out the shoebox under our bed. Inside, movie tickets from our first date, a dried corsage from prom, a Polaroid of us at Emma's graduation. All of it reeked of lies. I hurled the box at the wall. The photo fluttered to the floor, Jake's arms slung around both of us. Mia found me on the bathroom floor, clutching the pregnancy test I'd taken that morning. Negative. Thank God. It's been a week. Mia says, I need to decide. Cancel the wedding or hear Jake out. The rational part of me knows he's a coward. But the other part, the part that still loves him, whispers, what if it was a mistake? This morning, I unblocked his number. One voicemail popped up instantly. His voice cracked. Please, come home. I'll do anything. I'm staring at my ring. The diamond winks at me, taunting. TLDR, came home early and found my fiancé and best friend in bed together. Now I'm paralyzed, unsure whether to forgive or burn everything to the ground.